this is every card that got destroyed forever in Clash Royale because of nerfs, starting with the Vines, which is kind of recent actually. It got a 26% nerf to its damage, and its duration is now way shorter, actually taking the usage rate to just 12%, which is really small actually for a spell. Now up next is another overpowered card, the Prince, who actually got the distance needed for him to charge like way larger, which makes him significantly worse in game. And do you guys still play Prince? So let's not forget about the Boss Bandit, who has dominated the game and got nothing but nerfs. So back in June actually, her hit points were decreased by like 3%, and then she got like a bunch of nerfs and stuff like that in July or August or something like that, changing how the ability works and also decreasing the hit points by 4%, and she is no longer as played as she used to be. So now she sits at a 3% use rate now, which is surprisingly low. Now up next is the Elite Barbarians, which was destroyed in 2017. So back in those ancient times, they decreased their hit points by a lot, and their damage as well by like 4%, which is actually a pretty big change, and the attack intervals as well, basically making them super easy to counter, which they are. So now not as many people as there used to be actually play this card anymore, still like a 3% usage rate. And oh boy, the Furnace, and of course we are referring to the walking type of Furnace, which got absolutely destroyed. So 19% hit point reduction, and then the Fire Spirits actually take way longer to spawn, so it's 7 seconds instead of 5. So now the Furnace is sitting at a surprisingly low usage rate of 1.60 at the time I'm recording this. So massive nerfs to this card, and oh boy was he strong in August. Did you guys know there was a balance change that actually nerfed the Electro Dragon's health by 0.1%? Because like, why not? He was like way too overpowered, and because of that nerf, he's sitting at 0.16% usage rate. Ouch. Now when it comes to the Roll Giant, you can make a whole video essay about this, but overall in 2016 it got a 20% damage buff, as we all know, and then they actually went to great lengths to actually make him balanced. So they still kind of increased the damage actually, but the actual attack distance is way lower right now to 5 tiles instead of like 6 or 7 tiles. It's genuinely insane what they did to this card, and he is no longer as played as he definitely used to be. And the worst of all, they took him out of touchdown draft, which is bad news. Now the Goblin Curse, which is a meme card, was actually surprisingly better than you thought, and it was really good because it gave a damage amplification up to 35%, but they actually nerfed it. It was originally 50%, and then they actually took it out of the game completely, which was rough. But you know, they did increase its damage a little bit, but they also kind of decreased the radius from 4 tiles to 3 tiles. So now it's just really bad, sitting at 1% usage rate, which again for a spell is super low. So the Little Prince, originally released back in 2023, had a massive issue, and that was that the Guardian's, you know, ability was actually super strong and had a really long range and super high attack and stuff like that, and it was insane. So he continuously started getting nerfed into the ground, and specifically the dash was nerfed as well. So they decreased the range to like 4 tiles, then they decreased the damage by like half. 48% is ridiculous. And then they decreased the Little Prince's HP as well, and his damage by like 1%, which that is rough. And then of course the time interval from 0.5 seconds was also insane as a nerf, and then decreased her damage as well by 0.5 seconds. It is rough. Now Mortar, of course, hasn't really seen much love at all, believe it or not. He's been continuously decreased actually. I'm saying Mortar as a he, but it's not really a he, but whatever. So the damage has been decreased, the hit points as well by like 11%, but at least the Mortar has a really overpowered evolution, which is not actually that bad. It has like a 15% usage rate. It's actually among the higher usage rates for evolutions in this game, because it is without a counter, but the normal card has a 0.32% usage rate, so just use the Evo, I guess. And then Supercell was like, what? Phoenix? You know what? Let's completely decrease the HP on this card, and they did exactly that. So in 2022, they decreased the Phoenix's damage by 10%, and then they increased the Phoenix X lifetime for like 0.3 seconds, and then of course they fixed some sound effects, which is a massive nerf. Then maintenance breaks came in, and then they just like removed hit points by 34%. It also decreases the Phoenix's hit points by like 13% as well. The Egg and the Phoenix as well getting massive nerfs, which is absolutely insane to be honest with you. So yeah, those are the changes. Those are the cards that got destroyed in Clash Royale. So comment down below if you know any more, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.